everybody. Merry Christmas. How are you? Hope everybody is well. So, I have to tell y'all a story. I found this beautiful tarot deck that I just love. And it's this Luna Lapine, which has these fabulous bunny rabbits. And if you don't know, I kind of call myself bunnies for GI bunnies, which is GI is in general issue because I was in the military. Anyway, so I had these rabbit cards and I've been using them. And then I wanted to know the meaning of some of these special decks. There's all these beautiful special cards and I wanted to know the meaning of them. And so I looked it up on the internet and it was oh, if you don't have the book, then you probably have a stolen deck. Like a not authorized copy of it. And so I went and I actually got an authorized copy of it. And it's got these beautiful shimmery edges on it. And it does have the book. And so now I can figure out what some of these cards are. Some of them to me are pretty, self-explanatory. One of the things about the tarot, there's certain things that have meaning for those of you who aren't so attuned to tarot. And then there's kind of intuition that you get from looking at a card. There's also kind of the context that it's in. And then there's also kind of just your impression. So for example, this beautiful card right here says inner peace, and it shows this rabbit who's kind of having this zen moment and meditating. But also there is so without looking up anything, I see that this bunny's meditating. I also see the moon behind and in connection with water, and then the clouds are there. So to me, this talks about getting in touch with your inner peace, your emotions there with the water that looks like it's rippling away, and finding some inner secrets with the moonlight. So that's kind of my take on the card and how I would see it even without looking it up. But does anybody have a question? So this is my first time then to use this official deck, the Luna Lapine. We're going to see what comes out. These cards are actually a little bit bigger than the bootleg version, and I really am sorry for the people who created this deck and did all the artwork. I of course would never knowingly purchased some sort of rogue deck that was not legit. Where are all of our friends? Is the question. I just sent them the thing, and I did not give much notice. I thought it's Christmas Eve, and maybe some people will want to join in the live show. So our friends are enjoying Christmas with their families or our families. So it's so wild. I have this situation with my own friend that I was helping out in a bind. And Turkey will give you the nappies. And then I had started to want to exit that situation because I felt like I was really being taken advantage of. And then all over the internet is the Aries readings for like the last month. It's like you have this inner conflict and want to walk away from this situation, but you're having a hard time. Hi, Karen. You're having a hard time though. And then I finally did, and now all the tarot readings are like you finally, broke severed ties with this connection, and I'm trying to really be at peace with that. So let's pull a card. Let's just see kind of a general atmosphere, our Christmas. I guess I can start like a 2024 kind of a reading and see where we're all headed in 2024. So as I said, I have these Luna Lapine cards, which are the official ones, not the bootleg version that I had been using. And then y'all, I got this Spirit Animal Oracle deck, which, oh, hi, Reagan, my little baby. So I got these spirit animal cards, and they're just really, really fantastic. They're an oracle though, and I feel better if I read the description from the book, because I don't know, I like to do the oracle that way. I guess a lot of people like to, have their, hi baby, like to have their own take on things, but that's how I like to do it. So let's get kind of a general feeling for 2024, the year kind of for everybody, okay? Me too. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. You were with me, right, when I got them? So they're amazing. Here, I will show you a few. So this is number 30, Grasshopper Spirit. Take a leap of faith. That is so appropriate that that's what comes out for you, because I've been saying that to you for like 2 years. And and then let's read what grasshopper energy is about for you, my friends. Not too far. It says, right now, you are poised to jump up into the next level of your life and move forward into something even better than you could have ever imagined. When Grasshopper Spirit appears, it is a fortuitous time to take a leap into the unknown, for Grasshopper Spirit represents the innovative spirit that says, why not? And has faith in the powers of co-creation. You are being called to trust that this is the right time to go with that idea, relationship, or situation. Take risks, for abundance in all forms will show up for you. Wondrous things await. When Grasshopper Spirit appears, you are not going to go backwards, so listen to your intuition rather than your fearful ego that resists any change and clings worriedly to what was. Luck is on your side. Jump up and forward with confidence, for Spirit has so much in store for you if only you take that leap. And I think this is a really good message, and one of the things I like to, I want to do with my channel and my readings, it is to kind of encourage people with things. And the message that is coming to me, along with this grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith, is that if you never try to create something or do something, like Thomas Edison would have never invented the light bulb, or, we wouldn't have AC/DC energy or whatever if nobody took chances. If everybody was just like, well, electricity seems cool. Like coming in the room and turning on a light, that seems like a pretty good idea, but I probably can't do it. Nobody would be interested in that. We would still not have light. So, if you have thoughts and ideas, sometimes you have to be the what's the word I'm thinking of? Like the leader of your own destiny. Okay. Okay. So let's see for everybody kind of what 2024 has in store as a general. I'm kind of scared to look. I don't even want to know. Like, these last 2 or 3 years have been kind of so traumatic that who wants to know the future, right? Keep me keep me out of it, right? Okay, so we're gonna break it. Okay, so strength is what comes out. Strength of character, strength to do the things that we want to do. If you look in this picture, I think it's so beautiful. There's this infinity sign. Now the infinity sign in the tarot it can be about balance, but it's also has to do with kind of the continuum that we're all connected into an energy, like the forever energy. And so I think this also has to do with enlightenment. So like tapping into that energy and then finding our strength, like facing down um not what we think is, or just like I was saying a second ago, like, oh well, solving that problem is somebody else's problem, but looking within us to say, what can I do to solve this problem? So in 2024, let's look out for strength and some of those truths that are coming. And then I'm going to start laying out some cards for 2024, y'all. Okay. These are really big cards. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like we're going to need this inner strength because it looks like there's a lot of journey here, and it's all kind of dark. These cards are kind of dark. But first we have the Hermit. That also has to do with enlightenment. So there's definitely some soul searching, and that's kind of like in the present. We're moving out of that. It looks like we've all been looking for some truths, like there's the moonlight and then this lamplight also, like trying to gain some clarity on maybe where we stand on some thought patterns or beliefs, or like just the energies that we've been going through the last 3 years, because I think there's been a lot of change happening, just like in general, right? It's been kind of tough. So the Hermit is about finding that inner truth, searching within yourself, and it's kind of, it can be literal isolation, but it can more, to me, is more like that inner searching that you can't learn it from other people. It's not a card with other people, but it's also not like a dark night of the soul. It's just like going within yourself and asking yourself, who am I and where do I actually stand on this and this, and how can I level up, kind of thing. So, hello, Tarot Destroyer. Okay, well, the Tarot Destroyer may be here to tarot destroy us, but I don't think that's going to happen. And then the next card we have that we're coming into this energy is the Five of Cups. And so the Five of Cups has to do with loss. As you can see, these cups have spilled over, but there's still cups that are upright. But it is a kind of like a time of reflection, and the message of the Five of Cups is that, like, if you focus too hard on what was lost, then you don't realize necessarily what you still have there, okay? And this could be love lost, or just like how when you take something on that is emotionally fraught, you feel exhausted afterward. But so if you take time to like recover from that, and you may feel like, wow, I took out a lot of time and recovered from whatever, and now I feel like I shouldn't have taken that time. But you've still got things going for you. And then there's also this river and things in the distance that are in the dark but coming to light. So I think this is a time that we just need to process. It's kind of like a processing card, processing what is lost, but don't forget what you still have. Like, not everything is a loss. And then moving into the future, we have the Six of Swords in reverse. And so the Six of Swords is about moving away from something. And with this being in reverse, it could be that there's some sort of, I don't know how to say this nicely, but like a kind of a traumatic adjustment in the way that you might learn some truths about yourself on this journey of self-discovery that we're going to be on. You might discover that people around you don't believe the same things that you do, or you may really have to challenge your own thoughts about something that you're kind of usually like, well, I don't want to think too deeply about that because it doesn't affect my life necessarily. But it could be you moving away from ideas or beliefs that don't serve you anymore. So it could be not like just a big revelation, but just like, you know what, this doesn't serve me anymore, I need to move away from it. So what does this mean? It looks like with the High Priestess just fell out in reverse. So for some of you, it could be you feel like in all of this soul searching and feeling like emotionally empty from things and not sure maybe what your truths are or what direction you should be moving. It looks like you feel like you're doubting your own intuition in a certain way. So you could just be like, I thought that I was a pretty intuitive person, and now there's so many questions and I'm not really even sure, or maybe something has happened where you thought, for example, like, oh, I like to give good advice to people or something like that, and then something happens where you feel like maybe you, I don't know, messed up in some way, and so then you're like, wow, am I really even good at giving advice? And it looks like there's a Tower moment. So it looks like our beliefs are all going to be shaken up quite a bit this year. I don't know if anybody has a specific question, but unfortunately, it looks like 2024 is going to be not necessarily a time that is terrible, but where we're going to find our inner strength by questioning our own, or being confronted with things that cause us to not question our own beliefs, but to really cement kind of, does that make sense? Like, not question our own beliefs, but when I was in school, for example, my teacher would kind of want us to debate about things, and when you're debating something, there's definitely things that you can do to know about this side and this side so that you can argue either way. But at the end of the day, it's really helpful kind of to know where you stand on some things. And it's really, really easy to go through life saying, you know, I don't need to take a firm stance on something. But this year might be a time where we're really saying, you know, how important is this thing to me? And at the end, I think we'll have some strength. Yeah, so the Hierophant's coming out in reverse. Followed by the Four of Swords in reverse, and then the Six of Cups. So, just put them this way. The Hierophant in reverse, followed by the Four of Cups in reverse, and then the Six of Cups upright. So it looks like there will be a period where, again, we question with the Hierophant here in reverse, where we're questioning our beliefs that we have. And I think this will be really, really stressful to a lot of people. Like, wow, this is, it feels emotionally draining to me. But then in the end, there is the Six of Cups, and you can see the Six of Cups is about happy memories, and there's flowers, there's new life. So I think at the end of all of this, once you've kind of been tested, for lack of a better word, and then have a chance to rest and recuperate from all of this, I think you will find that you feel like closer to your actual self, like in a way where okay, so what's coming to my mind is like when you're younger and you're like, this is who I am, this is who I am, and you don't really question any of that, and then you kind of, you know, have experiences in life and come around people and are exposed to things and people with different views, and you're like, wow, I need to really, you know, make sure that my views are kind of like cemented, or how does this fit in with me? And I feel like by the end of the year, we're going to feel stronger and more like in a place where we know who we are, and we're happy with that and comfortable with it, in a way where it's not like still searching, if that makes any sense to anybody. I feel like I'm just talking a bunch of gibberish now. Like, words are coming out. I'm not sure if they're making sense. Okay. So, yeah. Eight of Cups and the King of Pentacles reverse. So we might really also be walking away, like literally walking away from things that don't serve us or fulfill us. And we're done. Like this year, I feel like it's going to be like a no bullshit year. Like, I'm not afraid to walk away from you, and if you're an asshole, you can get out of my life. So I think once we start having these tests and questions, it's going to be easier for us to discern, like, you know, this isn't serving me, and instead of being like, oh, but I shouldn't feel that way, or I should turn the other cheek, or whatever. No, I'll just walk away from it. I'll just walk away from it. And there is strength in that. So I think this is good. Okay, so we're running like kind of long, and nobody has questions, and let's get some spirit animal readings. Okay. Oh, look. This is so weird, because what I'm self-identify as is as a turtle spirit. And I pulled out turkey spirit. So turkey spirit says, give with gratitude and grace. And then turtle spirit says, slow and steady wins the race. And so, to me, I think it is important to give with gratitude and with grace. And these messages say to me that it's good to be thankful for what you have and to want to share that with others, but you don't have to throw everything at everybody. You know, if you have someone that you love and believe in and wish the best to, and you want to help them in some small way, that's fine, but you don't have to, like, you're not responsible for picking them up and dragging them to their destiny. I think that's a message that I needed to, that's kind of like the lesson I've been going through in my life recently. Okay, so this is for somebody. Somebody is going to see this. Wombat spirit, be at home. So here we have be at home. And let's read about that just a little bit. This is number 68. So whoever is going to see this message, and it will hit home with someone. Wombat, be at home. Burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe, sound, and well fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Home sweet home is always available if you recognize that well-being is the truth of life. Wombat spirit reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you need to find comfort within your own skin. Wow, that's what we've been talking about. So this is for everybody. You do this by accepting all your experience without judgment through a deep honesty and love of life. And I think that's something that we all need to do. We do need to look at ourselves and accept, like, our flaws and our belief systems, and know that, like, if there is a friend or a family member that we have, and this is something I learned a long time ago, but it's, you know, everything's in a cycle. If somebody doesn't accept you for who you are, and I don't mean that somebody has to pick up your belief systems, but if they know who you are and don't accept who you are, then it's okay to walk away from that energy, and that's not love. You know what I mean? True love is not just accepting the things that people have in common with you, but really accepting humbly the things that we have different that we see different in each other. And so to truly be at home in the world, you need to find comfort within your own skin. So you have to be comfortable with yourself. And when you love yourself and are comfortable with yourself, you can let go of the things that don't serve you, because you don't depend on other people and outside energy to affirm who you are. You know? I hope this makes sense. Okay, so let's carry on. You do this by accepting all your experience without judgment through deep honesty and love of life. When you feel the freedom to be yourself, you can begin to truly feel at home in your life with your family and tribe. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle into a true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with spirit. Could it be that you're not feeling comfortable in your own skin, thinking that the only way you can be with others is to hide under the protection of a mask or identity you created to protect yourself from getting hurt? Oh golly, man, that hits home. This mask or persona is supposed to make you look strong, but it really just robs you of your integrity. Wombat spirit arrives to nudge you to drop the false masks, because it is not others who will hurt you now. It is you who are hurting yourself when you aren't being authentic. It's okay though. You can course correct if you are willing to be yourself no matter what comes. Even if others are not in agreement with your authenticity, you are safe with spirit. So you're safe in the world, in the universe, in the energy that we all tap into. You're safe being yourself there. And you don't need other people. So this is very interesting. When I was like 19 and I was in the military and my stomach hurt all the time, and I went to I got hand walked, like literally taken by the hand and walked across the street to the psychiatrist because I was very, very stressed out, and I was having all of these physical manifestations of stress. And the psychiatrist, the doctor that I talked to, um he was asking me, who are you? And I was telling him how I identified it within myself as like a protector of people and a brave person and a strong person. And I said I have this like savior complex where I want to be the person who protects people. And I'm a brave, tough girl. And he was like, okay, well, tell me more about that. And then as we started talking about that, I said to him, I said, but I have hurt, and it's hard being a strong person because when you're a strong person, nobody expects that you need comfort and tenderness, and it's just like this wombat spirit said, on the inside, of that personality that I had created for the world to see and for people to identify with, I was just a scared little girl that wanted to be taken care of, and nurtured and comforted, you know. And so we went from there and started working on how then do you as an adult nurture that person on the inside, the scared little girl, not the tough brave girl, but how do you nurture that person? And when you really get in touch with yourself and have the integrity to say, even though I put on this big brave face, I'm scared sometimes. Like, I'm scared of the dark too. And once you can look at yourself in that authentic way, then you really can be at home with yourself. And then what other people say or think about you is much less important. Okay, so I think we're going to stop there, even though it just seemed like I rambled and didn't even look at many cards. Nobody asked me questions, so we're going to go with that. This spirit animal pocket oracle came in this cute little tin, and since I'm traveling all the time, it's nice that it's so teeny tiny. And it is by Colette Baron Reed and illustrated by Jenna Dahlia Grotaglia. And these cards are just amazing. And again, this Luna Lapine is the other deck that I've been using tonight. And it is illustrated by Kenneth Sart Semenoperat. So if you're interested in those, you can Google it. If you find it on eBay, that's probably the fake version. So anyway, it doesn't come with a thing. But we're going to make it through 2024. Even when these things come out, negatively, doesn't mean we're like, it's never going to end negatively. We may stumble, we may fall, we may trip and, even break a leg, but broken legs heal, and we learn not to step in that spot that caused us to break our leg. And isn't that a beautiful thing about life? So, Merry Christmas to one and all, and Happy New Year coming up. And we're going to get through this together. Love you all. Bye.